guys, we apologize. Sometime, I guess my phone going dead. For those of you who know me, I do real time stuff. I don't do nothing that like I'm scripting. We coming live where you actually see what is happening. So just deal with it. Sometime the phone might go dead, but hopefully we should be good this time. So those of you that might be joining us that didn't understand what's happening, I'm with Shantae and LaTwan. LaTwan is my ex-student. I did a video about the lady, the woman who got shot on 91st and Ellis. Some told me to go to the corner because it just, something in my heart, it didn't sit right. That we not doing something, we got to do something, as Twan said, to protect our women in our community and these kids.
Odell Clark Jr., he come and said, bring them on camera.
Okay. You on camera?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
LJ, you can sit next to him.
So,
Me too, Mommy.
again, I'm at the home of Shantae, Twan, beautiful people. They've been high school sweethearts. They're married. These are their 3 beautiful children. And to me, this is Sean. This is a model. Remember, again, young people don't act like we used to act. What do you see? I know what I see. I see a family like I grew up in. This is what I see. Look how well behaved the kids are and confident they feel good about themselves. So one team, one plan, one brand means we need every Greek organization, every sorority, every gang organization, every religious denomination, every black person. We need you. Mm-hmm. We need you to come together for one team, one plan, one brand. You can go to our page, one team, one plan, one brand. We're in the process of creating an educational program. The educational program is going to be 3rd grade to 12th grade. So he's in 6th grade. When he gets to 7th to 8th grade, he'll mentor the kids in 3rd grade because he remembers what he was taught in 3rd. Twan, you remember when I used to teach you guys how we were, when I put you guys in groups?
I don't.
Well, so I would, okay, when I used to teach, I put the students in cooperative groups. The reason I did this is because kids are the best teachers of themselves. So my strategy, which he probably will remember, I would have boys, girls. At first I would put the boys and girls in separate groups, but then as the year went on, after a month, when the boys got a little mature, I would I wouldn't say trick the boys, but like he said, this woman, Shantae, helped me become a better person. So from my experience as a school teacher, girls cared about their grades more. Mm-hmm. Boys like little cute girls. So I would find a boy and I would like, look, man, go sit with her. And then the girl would nudge him and do the work. Mm-hmm. And then she would motivate him to really want to do the work. Because she cared about her grades. So when we did group projects, he had to do his part because it was a group. Mm-hmm. So she would motivate him, get on him after school, like this type of stuff. Mm-hmm. So we got to use like logic to make this stuff work. Mm-hmm. I can't talk about the push-ups and all the other stuff.
I remember that.
They don't let us do that no more. We was talking about love. So tell them again how you know me. I got love for you. I just met your mom. I got love. Why do you think I got love for your mom and father?
Because how they show kindness and like how they just opened up and like they just.
How do you know? Like, what is it?
How do you know about me and your father?
He told us.
Yeah. What did he say? His coach and teacher on the way? How did you feel? Did you feel excited that you was about to see who used to coach and teach him?
Yeah.
Explain.
I was excited because like I wanted to see how you coach him and stuff, so I can get like I wanted to like get coached too, so I can get better at basketball just like him.
Yeah. Your father's good, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna give you my word that I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help your father, and I'm gonna work with you on your basketball. But I'm gonna tell you something that's more important than basketball. Why is this book more important than basketball?
Because it teaches you about like all like it shows you about like black people and like them all getting along in one group.
Right, because who you know that play basketball? My favorite team is the Lakers. Name me some people that you know that play NBA basketball.
Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan.
Who playing now?
Tracy McGrady.
You know the old players. You know your history.
Who playing now?
LeBron James, Anthony Davis,
Right.
Stephen Curry.
So I know Anthony Davis and his father. So hopefully, Big Ann, if you watching, maybe one day you can meet him. Would you like that?
Yeah.
Now, the importance of why we're here, because we want you to show is more than life than you just being a basketball player of Jay-Z or 2 Chainz or so, you know what I'm saying? This is, name me some jobs that regular people do. That's not athletes or entertainers.
Business jobs like stuff like Super Bowl, things like that. Like McDonald's, places like fast food stores.
Those are businesses. Good. So regular jobs would be like a teacher, a fireman, a police officer, a lawyer, a doctor, a garbage person, a tax accountant. You see? All the person. We'll talk about the politicians. You're going to learn about that. So you're going to, part of the program is the kids are going to have what we call career day. So they're going to see their own people come in the community. Because it's going to be powerful that they see that, man, it's actually policemen in our community. It's firemen, it's doctors, it's lawyers. They have to visually, see how we touch it? They have to be able to visually do this. They have to see that, I'm not making them smile. Why? Are you happy? Why?
Because, like, when you
Stop.
hug me, it just makes me happy.
This is what I'm talking about, where I'm challenging people to get in the streets. Family members, this is all they need. See, we've been conned and tricked to say these kids aren't intelligent. They're more intelligent than you realize. They just need people there to know that they love and care about them. That's why with the one team, one plan, one brand, we're going to have shirts, hoodies. Remember, they say you can't wear a hoodie. You can't tell us what we're going to wear. We want to wear a hoodie. That's what we're wearing. On the hoodie's on the shirts is going to have the number 1. Everybody's number 1. Who's number 1?
Everybody.
Put it up. What does it mean to feel number 1? When I say, are you number 1? What does that mean, number 1?
You're like a star, or
You a star. Keep going. That's a good answer. What does number 1 mean?
to me, number 1 means you're the star, you're a rock star, like you're number 1. Like how you would think sometimes, like you would think you're like low or something, but once you like do something you really love, you think you're number 1 in that area.
And what? That area. See? Stop. That's going to bring us to the next point. This is a 6th grader telling you. So what we mean by that area is what I'm proposing. I propose to restructure the education model in the inner city. The reason I want to restructure it because I used to be a teacher, and the truth of the matter, it does not work. How do we know it doesn't work? Because the majority of the kids are not graduating. So if the numbers show it doesn't work, why do we keep following a system that doesn't work? We already talked about Twan. Shantae said that they went to Finger High School. They didn't think they got educated correctly. They thought they were going in the war zone. So why would we have kids that aren't fairly getting the same treatment as others? To that point, remember in the book, if you're not getting treated fairly, what word is that? What's
It would be
what's that?
equality.
What does equality mean?
When everybody's treated fair and like they're equal to each other. No one's higher than anybody, no one's lower than anybody.
So if your mom and dad didn't get the same education as the kids at the other school, were they treated fairly?
No.
Why?
Because if the other kids could have had a better school year, just because like they not school year, like a better like teaching students, they could have gave our parents like the lower like teachers and made them like be surrounded by like the new teachers, things like that.
So how does that make you feel that your parents told you that they had to go through that?
Well,
Does that make you hurt? Does it make you upset?
it makes me upset
Why?
because like other they have way better like teachers, like
Wait.
tutors, all
Other students that's not your what?
colors.
What do you mean by your color?
Like if you have a white student, they have a lots of tutors, things like that. They'll be able to like pay teachers to help them learn with more education. While the other students they had to learn with like they didn't have tutors or anything like that. They just had to like do it on their own.
So this is a sixth grader explaining to you that it's unfair for the kids in our community not to have the same resources and tools that other communities have. So the only way they're going to get the resources is as the adults have to step up and demand that we have enough of this. You're hearing it from a sixth grader. This, Shantae, Twan, Carlos have told you, but now if a sixth grader could realize that he's not getting fair treatment, that should wake our eyes up. So when he said he wants something to be number one in, when I said we want to get rid of the whole model, my plan offers school choice and allows every student, parent, and citizen to participate in an educational facility that is agreed upon by the parent, guardian, and child. There will be no truancy under my plan. The student will select which school he or she would like to attend, and the parents will sign off and approve their child's choice. This model will reduce crime, idleness, hopelessness, and provide inspiration, creativity, and opportunity. So what he meant is he would feel number one if he went to this school. What does that first school say?
Teaching academy.
Teaching academy means if you want to be a teacher, we want to get the kids from 8th grade right to the academy. So we don't say get rid of all the high schools. We want to keep a couple of schools for the kids that want to go to college. But we already know all the kids are not going to college. So we need another plan for those kids that are not going to college. What's the next academy?
Business academy.
Did we just talk about that? What does business academy mean?
A business academy is you just want to have like a normal, regular job.
Well, that's going to the job. What's the business?
The business like Walmart, like
Right.
fast food, things like
You
that.
own the business.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Family Life Academy.
The reason this Family Life Academy is important because in our community, our families are damaged. So we need an academy to teach the kids in 8th grade when they're in high school. Don't you see how this family is beautiful? So they can come mentor to grammar school, from grammar school to the program. They can actually see what a viable, loving family looks like. If you never seen what a good family looks like, you have no idea what it is because you've been mentally traumatized through what they said they saw. They just got through it. That's like a miracle that you guys got through this to this. What's the next one?
Medical Academy.
Next.
Nursing Academy.
Next.
Self-Defense Academy.
I'm going to talk about 6. Self-Defense Academy. This is very important because this is a way to get your violence out, but it's gonna be in a structured way where you're trained martial arts. You train how to settle it in a fight, but it's structured. You have been trained how to do this. That way, you don't have to use guns anymore because you have a program to get off that anger. What's the next one?
Military academy.
Motive Academy. So what we mean by this, those of you familiar with CVS High School. CVS High School used to have this, but they got rid of all the programs.
Remember Red Crash?
Yeah. Why all our programs gone? CVS was a vocational school. So ask yourself, what do they have one vocation left in the school? So why is the community letting the school sit there when it was ultimately started for vocation?
Stop.
What's next?
Technology academy.
Tell the people why technology is important.
Technology, you don't need it, but like in
You don't think you need it? Think. You don't need computer?
It's certain things you do.
Okay, finish.
Like if you wouldn't need technology if you're gonna like make cereal like something like that. But you need technology for like certain things, like if you wanna help like be a computer person, like work at jobs where like you help the government do things like that. All sorts of
Twan, I don't remember you being this smart.
Different resources. Different resources, baby.
Oh man, you on the ball. So like that phone, don't you think somebody had to make that phone?
Yeah, it took a lot of hard work and dedication.
What's next?
Toy manufacturing academy, like Santa Claus.
Nah, like who?
Santa Claus.
What color do most people think Santa Claus is?
White.
Is Santa Claus white? Who do you think got you your gifts? Why would we tell our people that I don't want to mention that a Caucasian person has bought your kids, because again, that's into the mental brainwashing.
Yep.
No, who got to tell them? Who bought your Christmas stuff?
Our parents.
Because his parents worked hard for him to have something.
Not
Who
to
gets
give
you
to
your
somebody
clothes?
else.
Your parents, right? So the importance of this, people, please listen. When you say it's a Santa Claus that's not the parent, now you're instilling in your kid that you've lied to them. Once the kid believes that you lied to them, they start losing respect. That's why you can't have certain conversations around kids. You cannot have disputes with your other in front of kids. You can't talk about your sister or brother behind your sister or brother's back, because this is going in their head whether you believe it or not. So imagine this is his mom and say she has, I don't know, just she has a sister and he hears his aunt talking about his sister. Who wants to hear somebody talk bad about their mom? So we got to stop all of that. If you got something to say to the mom, y'all do it as adults in an environment where kids aren't around, because kids should not see certain things. Same thing with the alcohol, same thing with the drugs, everything else. Because they bring this information in much quicker than you believe. What's that?
Plumbing academy.
Plumbing Academy. What else?
Painting academy.
What else?
Carpentry academy.
Carpentry is building. So everything, remember we went back to slavery?
Yeah.
Everything we built, who built?
Us.
So we did all the work and we didn't get the money. So I'm going to take you to places in Chicago where you will see they got the money. That's why they places look like this. Got it?
Yes.
That doesn't mean we hate them, does it?
No.
That just means that you know the truth of why they have this and why we don't have it. Keep going.
Home and Appliance Academy. Barber and
Rheumatology.
Higher Care Academy. Transportation Academy. Engineers Academy.
Mental health. We as a community have to accept the truth. We have a lot of people that have mental health issues. That's why we need an academy for these when you go from grammar school, you go right here, because then we need people that's going to be able to work with people on mental health. Who to work with you better with mental health than your own person that you can relate to? Right now, we're going to other races. How can another race tell you how you feel about the community you live in when they've never experienced it? Does that make any sense?
Nah, not so ever.
Park and Recreation Academy, Political Science Academy. Now, what this means is, tell me what you know about politics.
Well, they try to like judge you off of based off of the things they heard or they think they saw, or like.
Okay, I'm gonna lead you on. Politics means you have three branches. So you have the national politics. The national politics is your president, your vice president. Got it? Then you have your U.S. senators and congressmen. So you have 2 U.S. senators per state. What's 50 times 2?
100.
House of Representatives, you have like 435. So these are the representatives. Got it? The next level of politics is the state government. That's your governor. Got it?
Yes.
Your state rep. Say governor, state rep.
State rep.
The governor, state rep are the people that's going to get you the resources you need. So tell the people, like, tell them, governor, state rep, I forgot the city. The city, you got your mayor and you have your alderman. The alderman and the mayor are responsible for what you get in the city. So talk to the people and say that I need you politicians to give us the resources we need and treat us equally like other communities are getting.
I need you politicians to give us the resources so we can be treated equally.
What are you feeling right now?
Good.
Why?
Because we are like talking to like lots of people and telling them how we feel and how telling them like what it's like, how like we can help people and like what we've been through and things like that.
What type of world do you want in your future? What do you see as you get older, like your father's age? What would you like to see when you're his age that we haven't seen yet?
Like that's all one group, not any like states or anything. There's one big like
Togetherness.
yes, like one group.
So that's what one team, one plan, one brand. We are all in this together. He's telling you what he wants. And I'm gonna get so what we talked about earlier. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to take the kids from elementary school to the kids that want to go to college. They're gonna go to the college preps, and the kids that don't want to go to college, we have places for them to go immediately right from the 8th grade. Because my experience as a teacher, a kid's going to do what they love. So if they want to paint, they're going to stay in the academy, because we're going to have painters that train them from our own culture that are going to explain to them how to do it correctly. And they're going to tell them, like, painters make this amount of money, because the money is going to motivate them. So we don't have to sell drugs and all of that. We have alternatives for you guys to do. So this is from high school, from the elementary school, they go right to the college prep, all these programs we got. We want these to be specialized schools that they lead from 8th grade right to this. Now this is the mentoring program. I'm going to just read briefly. One team, one plan, one brand mission is to provide underserved African American youth with the resources, training, education, and support to become productive citizens of society. We want African American youth to be able to economically and financially be capable of supporting themselves and their family and communities. Twan and his wife Shantae are an example. See, they are able to function and support their family. Because if you're not going to support your family, then the kids go into the CFS system. And we know I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm going to do that at a later date. Because if they become a ward of the state does not care about your child. Parents, you got to step up. Other people, family members, stop being selfish. If you know that the parent couldn't do something, you better grab your niece, your nephew, your cousin. Don't let them go into a system that who knows what's going to happen to them in the system. That's why they're mentally traumatized. We also want our African American youth to love themselves, their brothers, sisters, children, women, and community. So it goes from, what does that say? 3rd grade to what?
12th grade.
Read some of the benefits of the program. These are the benefits.
Teachers self-love and love
For others. What's next?
Build self-esteem.
What's next?
Conflict resolution.
What's next?
Problem solving.
What's next? Teamwork. Collaboration. Stability.
And belonging.
Increase
The
high school graduation. And
youth knowledge of different trades.
okay. So now I want you to read this. We talk about it's a lot of violence, right? Conflict resolution, otherwise known as reconciliation, and conceptualized as the methods and process of individual in facilitating the peaceful ending of conflict and retribution. Our youth will be taught about the importance of conflict resolution to prepare them for the future and how to handle conflict resolution on a daily basis. The younger we teach them this, they're going to know how to deal with it as they get older. Because we've all lost our temper, and we know if you do something dramatic, it can change your life forever. So we're going to teach these kids this at a young age. That's why we started at the 3rd grade. We're going to have conversations. We're going to watch videos. We're going to do acting out of what to do if you are in a situation where it's a conflict. Read some of the programs. Group discussion. Conflict resolution. Community service. What we mean by community service, we're going to take the kids in the community. They're going to help their elders. They're going to clean up. They're going to shovel snow. Because once, again, we're bringing love. When you bring love, that teaches you to love your community, love your people, love the elders, the middle-aged, the youngsters, your women. Keep going. Lectures. So when I used to be a school teacher, Twan can attest to this. Remember I used to sit at the chalkboard? That's a lecture. Keep going. Movie showings. The movie showings are going to be about our culture. That's what I'm talking about. Hidden colors. Real movies that they can relate to that has to do with our culture. Keep going. Mentoring. That's what I'm doing now. Mentoring is not you playing games like I went to do something, then you put it on Facebook. Mentoring is where you could touch the person. I'm still with Twan. I was a teacher. A person can call you. He looks at me like this. That's what mentoring is. Field trips. Field trips are very important because through my experience of being a school teacher, I was also, guys, a social center director. The social center director, what I did was put a program together where the kids were exposed to things that they weren't used to. The Field Museum, the Science and Industry, the Shed Aquarium, Brookfield Zoo, the golf course, Chinatown, Little Village, downtown, the Sears Tower, how the North Side looks, how Wrigley Field looks, how the United Center looks. These are field trips that are very important because once you get a kid to see them, their mind just grows once they see different than, they only see now the hood. They only say, I'm on 60 something, I'm 50 something, I'm on a block, Joe. If that's all they know no different.
Self-love.
Self-love. We got it. What is, then we talk one? Put the one up. Why do we put the one up?
To show that we're number one.
We're number one. How does it feel? Do you want to be a winner or a loser?
A winner.
Tell us what winners are.
Winners are people, even if you do lose, at least you tried. You tried to do something like if you enjoy, you volunteered.
That's a winner. Keep talking to us.
Like,
This is a young king talking to you. Tell him.
like if you do something that even if you don't get paid, you love it. It's your passion. And you do it no matter what. You're the winner.
Family and community value system. Explain what your family, why you explain. Tell me things your family do, what you guys do together.
We do like lots of things. We do family activities. We go out to eat places fun. Like on Christmas, we go to celebrate with other family members, like our grandparents. Sometimes.
Wow.
Like on our grandparents' birthday, sometimes we do a party. Sometimes we either sit there, listen to music. Sometimes we just
Have fun.
Yeah.
Now I want to comment. Remember, I told you the women are the key. It's a reason that the Creator had women have the children, right? Because the Creator knew that the woman had us. Like my mom, God bless her soul. She did things for me. She stayed on me because I was a wild guy. But she didn't give up on me. Shantae is going to be a person that said that she wants to work with the women. Obviously, this works. Did he just tell you for a fact? So all we have to do is, because it's not, how old are you, Shantae?
29.
29. Again, we always hear, and young people don't. This is a 29-year-old man and woman that have 3 beautiful kids. So to me, this is something that can be shown to young women. This is what you can do to create a family like this. Political process. What did we just talk about?
Politics.
What did you just learn just
We
quick?
learned about like governors, international governors, city governors.
All the men. What did you tell them that you need from them?
We,
You need the resources, right?
yeah, we need the politics to give us the resources we need
So you can be successful.
yes.
You can't be. Remember, you talked about other people got stuff and you don't feel like that's fair. Remember, we talked about inequality. What's tell them inequality.
Inequality is when somebody has something like y'all all learn like one class, and another boy he gets like you will say you only got 1 pencil, the other boy has like 10. No, you won't have a pencil. The other boy has like 3 extra pencils. You ask the teacher, can you have a pencil? She says no, and then you ask the boy, he says no, and then like it's not fair.
So, anybody that could be possibly viewing this right now, I wonder if you have a question for myself, the beautiful kids, Shantae or Twan, feel free to ask. If you just tuning in, man, Twan was my former student, 6th grade. I was his basketball coach. He saw the video and he just reached out to me. And I heard Shantae in the background. I just heard such positive energy. I'm like, I'm coming today.
No lie.
I'm coming today because this is my ex-student. I heard his queen in the background. I'm like, She got him. I gotta come see this, and I gotta come see the kids. That woman got this. Didn't he say in the video? What did you say earlier?
She made me better.
Gentlemen, a woman could make you better.
That's a fact.
Don't hold your feelings. Come on, common sense. Who had the kids?
Mm-hmm.
So apparently they know what they doing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys got any questions that you want to ask any of us, you can put them in and we can address them.
Yep. Feel
You see
free.
anything, Twan?
Nah, nobody asked anything. Everybody just watching.
Now, I forgot this book. Javon Graves, this is a buddy of mine. Been knowing him from college. He has a book called Dead End. This is what high school people should be reading. So I'm going to read a quick introduction of what the book is about. While I'm looking for this, basically, those of you that are familiar with The Wire, the TV show, if you haven't watched The Wire, I think by the time a kid is in 6th grade, they will be able to understand The Wire. The Wire was written by former Baltimore police officers, and they broke down from the politics, from the governor to the mayors to the aldermen, to how the drugs were getting into Baltimore, how the police was involved, how the educational system was involved, and basically the people that were caught in the middle is this. They were pawns, and our kids are the ones dying and going to jail. So this book is going to be like that, but it's going to talk about Chicago.
Okay.
Let me read. Life is a contact sport in Chicago's vicious underworld. Follow legend Hamilton and his cohort, Antonio, a.k.a. Black Freeman, as they try to avoid jail and a cemetery while chasing the American dream. Street savvy and college educated, Legend tried to keep his team ahead of the curve. After countless attempts to attain a foothold, they finally happen upon what seems like their passports to glory. Will they get to enjoy the fruits of their labor, or will it all just lead to another dead end question mark? Twan, in the streets, what's the dead end?
Jail or death.
Explain to him.
It's the only two options, man. Ain't nobody really making it about the streets. You know, people talk about it. You hear rappers rap about it, but them rappers ain't really in the streets, man. You got people who in the streets that's trying to get out, that's trying to find life, man, but they don't know how, because that's all they surrounded in. So, you know, it's either death or jail, man. We got more options than that, though. You know, it ain't got to be death or jail. We can live and enjoy life, man, help each other, build each other, love each other, you know? And that's what we pushing, you know? Everybody, I know so many people from when I grew up with till now that's dead in jail, bro. I can't count. So now it's like we got to change that, man. Push different narratives, push positivity. And man, we gonna make it happen. You know, you see my son, my daughter, my other son, man, we all pushing this agenda and just loving each other, you know. And whoever down, man, we all want y'all to be a part of it, you know. So we gonna keep pushing that.
Shantae, do you have anything what does dead end mean to you? And maybe come to the women, speak from the women's side, like guys that they might be dating or involved with, or cousins that are going to that type of lifestyle. What do you think we can do where women might realize if you in that car with that pistol, you might be going with them? Like,
I feel like as far as like a dead end for a woman, it will be really getting caught up in the lifestyle of sometimes can be your spouse, your man, or your family members. Like, sometimes women seem to chase certain things that they don't have. And right now it's the design, it's the money, it's the car, it's the clothes. And none of that really don't help the inside of you. That's just the outer version. So the only thing they see is what they see on the outside of you, and we can be the most messed up people in the world because we don't even know how to love ourselves. So our dead ends is ourselves. Like, ourselves is our dead end. We become so caught up in everything that's going on around us that we don't even care about ourselves no more. When we don't care about ourselves, that means we start abusing drugs, liquor, and everything else. And that's our dead end. Sometimes it don't have to be guns or nothing like that. We get caught up in the midst of the wrong people, wrong time, and our dead end becomes.
Yeah. Yeah, you lose
How
yourself.
do you envision your mentorship program going when you work with these? Like, what age level would you want to start working with these little girls?
I feel like it's no age limit to start working with women, with kids, with nobody. As far as women, I feel like my daughter watch every single thing I do, and I'm working with her since she was a baby, since she was born. Because there's certain stuff that I don't allow my kids to see. I don't do around them, and I wouldn't bring around them. And my life is totally different from my kids. So every single day, I see certain things that happened to me in the past, and I correct it with my kids because I don't want anything from my past, and I know that it wasn't right to be brought into my kids' future. So you always got to think about where you was and where you at in life. Like that's just it.
You're not the same.
Yeah, we're not the same, and we don't want to keep on bringing that same generation curse and carrying it on. Like me personally, I don't want my family. I was raised off love. No money, no designer, no nothing, just straight love. And as you can see, my kids are raised off nothing but love. No designer, no clothes, and they got it all. But we don't really care too much about it. But as far as women, we got to learn how to love ourselves. Like I'm really big on loving self because it was at a point in time that I didn't even love myself. Like I wasn't always this person. I had to have it as far as being tough or being careless or just being everything but loving myself. And loving yourself just comes from getting away from everything that brings no good to you. Just everything, and get a clear mind and focus on yourself, whether it's reading, whether it's writing, whether it's praying, whether it's talking to God. People don't help people. People really, God is first. He helps you first. And then you read. So yeah, I just feel like women, we just need to love ourselves, keep on pushing, being great parents. We don't need to keep on doing the same thing that our mothers taught. That's one of our mistakes. We always follow the same thing that was taught amongst us and think that it's best. A lot of our mothers used to curse us out and disrespect us and beat us. And they said that this is correction. That's really not correction. Correction comes when you can come talk. You hear how my kids talk? My oldest son is only he's 11 years old in the 6th grade. And it ain't come from all beating and all that. That come from sitting down, working, talking, dealing with your kids because self-love, that's how we get. So we just got to learn how to love each other, love ourselves first.
Another question. Do you think women are like at such a like competition where it's always a beef? I'm not saying all women, don't get, but you, and then that's the first question. The second question is, I've often heard like women tell me that they think that this woman might be sadistic because she got this job that she might look down on another woman. Have you ever experienced that? Like this woman, whether it's a member where you work for that person and they look down on you because they might have had a title or they thought they had a better house. So I'll let you answer that.
I feel like it's crazy because when you come from yourself, sometimes you don't really want to explain that to the next person that's looking at you as bougie, sadiddy, looking at you like you just feel like you got your head on your shoulder. But a person, sometimes people know your whole life story and still look at you in that same light, and it's only because they're not self. They really don't love themselves. So with that being said, yeah, I done felt it all. I ain't always have everything I got. You know what I'm saying? So I done heard me being from my own family, friends, and everything that I'm bougie. I think I'm all that. And like I said, I always got to look back where I used to be at. So it ain't like that I think I'm all that or I'm like I'm bougie or nothing like that. I'm not going back to where I was. So with that being said, I'm giving myself at it. I'm doing whatever I need to do to make sure that me and my family never experience what I had to experience growing up. So, I mean, I feel like a lot of women don't really love themselves. They don't really care enough to even get tuned with themselves. They'd rather sit around the next friend all single day and just pick up their vibes, pick up their energy, and then once they gone, they back beat down, they back hurt, they back into their own thoughts, and it's nothing that they can do for it because they don't really understand it. They don't really understand that they need to go talk to God. They don't really understand that they need help. They don't really understand they need a mentor. They don't really understand that they just need somebody to talk to and get all of that stuff that they feel out. Like, sometimes you just need to talk to somebody that can give you understanding. And a lot of people don't want to help you. A lot of people don't want to give another woman understanding because they scared that the next person go get to the top before them. And me personally, I want everybody to win. I be around friends that don't have anything, and we move around off that. You know, we don't pull each other down. We don't take from each other that they don't get. You know, we always try to help each other. And a lot of women don't do that because it's always who want to be there first. If I go get her this game, she might take off with it. You know what I'm saying? They don't want that. And it's no competition. We all going through the same thing, different problems, different challenges every day, but we feel it. We feel it. It's no problem that we don't feel. You know what I'm saying? We all human. We hurt the same way. So it's no reason for the next woman to bring the next woman down. I'm big on women empowerment because I feel like when it becomes man involved, women beat each other down so bad. When you got your man outside cheating, this is the person that you supposed to love. That he's supposed to love you. He's supposed to respect you under you. So why, when all of this crazy stuff go on, the first person that y'all want to blame is the woman? It's not the woman's fault because the person that you had your loyalty with is the man. Nobody owes you no loyalty other than your man, not the girl that laid down with your man, anything. So why get on the internet and beat her down, call her this, call her that, when it was the man the whole time? So women got, like, I feel like it comes from their mothers. A lot of this stuff comes from people's mothers and the people that raised them, their grandmas and all that. And that's why a lot of women is like that because, you know, they can't teach what they don't learn. We ain't learn how to be women. I ain't learned how to be a woman. I learned that on my own. You know, my mother helped me. She didn't have a mother. A lot of us growing up, black people, we ain't got our mother or we ain't got our daddy. Me, I had both of them, but they ain't had theirs. So it's like my mom and my daddy married. But, you know, they mother, my mama lost her mom when she was young. My daddy lost his daddy when he was young. So it's like, with that being said, how could they raise us? How could they teach us about a lot of stuff? They just going along with the process and we just trying. It's just a big old try.
Another question. I don't know who want to answer this first. So you guys are high school sweethearts, so can you tell me, like, you guys met freshman year, so y'all tell me the love story, like how you guys met, how you stayed connected, how y'all went through the ups and downs, and like tell me the story. You want to go first?
Well, we met in high school in Finga. I think I met him in 2008. I want to say in 2008. In 2007, I met him. 2008, my best friend had got killed at Finger. He not in Finger, but he lived like the next block over from Finger. In the time, like me and him we was still good, but we wasn't like sexual active or nothing like that. So we was just going together. And we was talking in the year 2007. And I think once my friend, like that was my best friend, he was a male. So like once he got killed, I kind of went into a dark space. So he didn't know how to deal with that. You know, he just felt like we broke up or something because I went into my own little space and just a dark space.
You was hurt.
Yeah.
I've been there.
And, you know, I feel like men really don't know how to be there. Like sometimes they try their best, but they don't really understand women, like really. So sometimes you got to talk to your man so that he can understand you. Because sometimes we can just feel like they supposed to know. Like I know that me and him, we went through a lot. Like we had a lot of good times and we had some bad times too. But I feel like every bad time kind of always brings us a little closer together. And I feel like that's through thick and thin, through death do us part. That's what we signed up for.
Man.
But it ain't like, no, I don't got no guy that's outside cheating on me with the world and nothing like that. He don't cheat on. I don't feel like he cheat on me right now. I trust him, whatever. But I feel like every single thing that we went through in life, we had to, and we still here. We still here. So, and it's still a work in progress.
Twan, let me hear your part.
I'm gonna keep it on you. I mean, just to piggyback off what she said, yeah. What kept us together all these years, man, is straight love. Like, I know I can go out here. She attractive woman. I'm attractive dude.